Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are going to crack one of the trickiest codes in the entire GCSE English language paper. Yep, we're talking about structure, the one question that can really make the difference between a good grade and a truly great one. How has the writer structured the text to interest you as a reader? Sound familiar? This is question 3 on paper 1, and for so many of us, this is where a bit of panic can start to creep in. I mean, you get what language is, but what on earth does structure really mean here? You know, if you've ever just stared at this question, feeling completely lost, you are definitely not alone. It feels a bit vague, kind of tricky, but I promise you, by the end of this, we're going to make it all crystal clear. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll decode what structure actually is. Then we're going to look at the writer's blueprint, what the examiners are really looking for. After that, I'm going to give you a super simple 3-step analysis you can use on any text. We'll also see how to climb the levels from a decent answer to a top-tier one, and we'll wrap it all up with the single most important thing you need to remember. Right, let's jump into section 1, decoding structure. Now, the key to this question might seem like some big secret, but it's actually hiding in a place you'd probably never think to look. So where's the secret? Well, we're going straight to the source, the official AQA exam mark schemes. Yep, these are the actual documents the examiners use to grade your paper. So, if we can understand what they're told to look for, we can basically reverse engineer the perfect answer. So, if the mark scheme is our secret weapon, what does it actually say? In this next section, we're going to look at that writer's blueprint and figure out exactly what the exam board means when they say structural features. And here it is, right from the horse's mouth. Structural features can be at a whole text level, at a paragraph level, and at a sentence level. Okay, what does that actually mean in plain English? Well, think of yourself as a film director. Are you looking at the whole movie, just one scene, or a single camera shot? It's all about zooming in and out. This really breaks it down for us. So at that whole text level, you're thinking big picture. How does the story start? How does it end? Are there any flashbacks? Then, at the paragraph level, it's about those shifts in focus. Does the writer zoom in from a huge landscape down to a tiny detail, like a single tear on someone's face? And finally, at the sentence level, you're looking at things like pace. Are there lots of short, punchy sentences building up tension? It's all about the writer's deliberate choices in how they order things. Okay, now for the really useful part. Section 3, a 3-step analysis. This is your go-to game plan, something you can use for literally any text they give you on exam day. And here is the absolute best part. You don't even have to memorize this. Why? Because the exam question literally gives it to you. These 3 bullet points are printed right there on the paper. They are telling you exactly how to structure your own answer. Start at the beginning, talk about the change in the middle, and then pick out another interesting feature. It's a roadmap. All right, let's see this whole thing in action. In section 4, we're climbing the levels. This is where we look at what separates a pretty decent answer from a top band, perceptive analysis that's going to get you all the marks. To do this, we're going to look at some real examples straight from an official AQA mark scheme. First up, let's check out what a solid, but not amazing, level 2 answer looks like. Now, listen, this isn't a bad answer at all. It follows the steps we just talked about. It looks at the beginning, a change, and the pace. It correctly spots the structural features. But do you see what it's doing? It's mostly just describing what happens. It's feature spotting. It says the pace gets faster, but it doesn't really explain why the writer did that or what effect it has on us as the reader. So it's a really solid foundation. But how do we build on that to get into that top level 4 band? What does a truly perceptive analysis actually sound like? Let's take a look. Here it is. This is the crucial difference. The level 2 answer tells you what happens. The level 4 answer explains the effect on you, the reader. See how it doesn't just say there's a shift? It explains that the shift from a positive image to a threat is what creates tension and fear. It doesn't just say the pace changes. It says the writer holds the reader in the tension. The top answers always, always, always explain the why. Why did the writer do that? To make you feel something. That is the secret. Okay, that brings us to our final section, your key takeaway. Let's boil everything we've talked about down to the one essential idea you need to walk away with. So here it is. Structure isn't just a shopping list of techniques you need to find. Think of it as the author's roadmap. They are deliberately and carefully guiding you on an emotional journey through their story. They choose what you see first, where your focus shifts next, and how fast it all happens, all to control how you feel and what you think. So from this moment on, your mission is to stop asking, what structural features are there? Instead, ask yourself this: what journey is this writer taking me on, and how exactly are they doing it? Think of yourself as a detective uncovering the writer's master plan. And that, right there, is how you crack the code on structure. Go into that exam with this mindset, and just show the examiner the amazing journey you've uncovered. You've totally got this. Thanks for tuning in.